Good morning, this is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel as I continue on my part series, The Week That Was College Football History Review, the 1970 college football season. This is week 2, recap the games that were played on September 19th, 1970. Let's go. North Carolina beat North Carolina State 19-0. In blazing September heat, deep North Carolina squad threw fresh reserves at Tyrone NC State, extended 6-0 lead with 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Tar Heels tailback Don McCauley had 171 yards rushing on 22 carries, missed most of the second half with heat exhaustion, but still spearheaded 411 yards ground attack. McCauley made brief bows in the fourth quarter. McCauley's ball carrying fake into the end zone allowed sub quarterback Johnny Swafford to prance around left end untouched for touchdown that built a 12-0 edge, and his 2-yard slam provided a touchdown with 3:34 left in the game. Now, Wolfpack gained only 11 yards rushing thanks to work of defensive ends like Bill Bradford, Judge Maddox, and linebackers John Bunting, future North Carolina coach, and Ricky Packard. North Carolina State's only offense came from quarterback Pat Korsnick, who passed 14 of 26 for 123 yards. Next, Clemson beat Virginia by a score of 27-17. South Carolina defeated Wake Forest 43-7. Florida, number 14 team in the country, defeated Mississippi State 34-13. So hometown coach Doug Dickey made his Florida field debut successful as Gators quarterback John Reeves initiated wide receiver Carlos Alvarez acrobat 35-yard touchdown catch, and fullback Mike Richards more pedestrian 27-yard touchdown grab. Florida kicker Richard Franco contributed 2 field goals in first half, and tailback Tommy Dorrance powered for 2 touchdowns in the third quarter. Mississippi State made 2 big plays that led to scores. Halfback Luke Grubbs broke away on a 66-yard punt return for a touchdown in the first quarter. I think it was a touchdown, it's a 66-yard punt return. Excuse me. It led to a score, 66-yard punt return in the first quarter. Defensive back Mel Petro returned an interception 25 yards to the Gators' 31-yard line in the fourth quarter. Bulldogs tailback Jim Patridge dived over for first touchdown, and quarterback Joe Reed passed 11 yards to sub tailback Ronnie Jones for touchdown with 3:42 left. Kentucky beat Kansas State, the number 13 team in the country, 16-3. Number 13 Kansas State saw high hopes for the 1970 season upset by upstart Kentucky defense. The K-State quarterback, Kansas State quarterback Lynn Dickey was sacked 4 times, pressured into 4 interceptions by Kentucky front 4 defensive linemen that was led by tackle Dave Roller and Dave Hart. Due primarily to sacks of Dickey, Wildcats ended with 91 yards rushing stats. Kentucky converted 2 second-half interceptions by linebackers Orville Carroll and Wilbur Hackett, and 2 touchdown runs by tailback Cecil Bones and quarterback Stan Forston. Georgia Tech beat Florida State 23-13. Alabama beat Virginia Tech 51-18. Crimson Tide ended their 3-game losing streak, which would equal longest under coach Bear Bryant, with its match coming in last year of his 1958 to 1982 tenure. Using surprise starter Ned Hayden at quarterback, Alabama scored 3 or 4 times they had ball in the first quarter, as touchdowns came on fullback Dave Brungard's 21-yard run and quarterback Scott Hunter's 14-yard pass to wide receiver Jerry Cash. In the third quarter, halfback Johnny Musa ran for 92 yards on 10 carries, pitched lefty halfback pass to wide receiver David Bailey for 14-yard touchdown. Defensive back Tommy Wade dashed 71 yards on punt return for a touchdown. Virginia Tech quarterback Gil Schwab trimmed halftime deficit to 36 on an 8-yard touchdown pass to tailback Perry Saberio. Gobblers bolted to third quarter touchdown by fullback John Dobbins. Tailback Rich Nadovich pass from Slade, but Brungard punt in to come back with 59-yard kickoff return, followed by his 20-yard touchdown Kent Scamper for a 38-18 lead. Louisiana State, number 12 team in the country, lost to Texas A&M 20-18. A third quarter, LSU built a 12-0 lead on wide receiver Andy Hamilton's 73-yard touchdown reception. Bad snap safety, and first of kicker Mark Lipkin's 3 field goals, trailing 12-3 after 3 quarters. Texas A&M made inspired comeback in fourth quarter. Kicker Pat McDermott knocked through his second field goal and tight end Homer May caught 11-yard touchdown pass, but kicker Lumpkin restored LSU's lead at 18-13 with 2 field goals. On third down from his 21-yard line, the Aggies quarterback Lex James threw last-minute desperation pass to wide receiver Hugh McElroy as Tigers defensive back Paul Lyons jumped up for an interception that would clinch the win. Lyons amazingly missed the ball, and McElroy raced into the end zone with a shocking 79-yard touchdown with 13 seconds remaining. And sent the Bayou Bengals to its first home opener loss since 1957. Tulane beat Georgia, the number 19 team in the country, 17-14. A sophomore kicker, Lee Gibson, first collegiate field goal try pushed Tulane past favorite Georgia. Scrappy veteran Green Wave defense led by linebacker Rick Congria kept young Bulldogs the offensive way from the end zone. The only Bulldogs touchdown came from sophomore Georgia defensive back Buzz Rosenberg, 62-yard punt return in the second quarter, 14-7 lead at halftime. Rosenberg came up with next threat as well, charging to Greeny's 31-yard line in the third quarter, only to see his punt return be pushed back to Bulldogs' 37-yard line by clipping penalty. Tulane quarterback Greg Gleason tied it 14-14 with third quarter touchdown sneak after linebacker Glenn Harder's interception at Georgia 27-yard line. Georgia advanced across midfield only once in the second half, but was turned back from the 23-yard line by quarterback James Ray's bounding pitch out, which cost Bulldogs 10 yards. Michigan beat Arizona 20-9. Michigan, the number 18 in the country, beat Arizona 20-9. Chicago Tribune called Michigan win rather laborious as it took 10 late Wolverine points that developed off interception by defensive back Bo Rather and linebacker Mike Huff to pad 10-9 fourth quarter lead. Fullback Billy Taylor's 29-yard touchdown catch from quarterback Don Moorhead provided 10-0 edge in the first quarter as Arizona quarterback Brian Lindstrom overcame some Bible passes to position accurate kicker Steve Hurley field goals 29, 44, and 33 yards that kept Wildcats in contention. Actually, Arizona had to be disappointed by Hurley's third field goal. So after Wildcats blocked short Michigan field goal try early in the fourth quarter, Lindstrom hit wide receiver Barry Dean going down sideline 46-yard gain to the 21-yard line. The Wolverines held at 16-yard line. Hurley kicked Wildcats within 10-9. It was Hurley's accuracy that influenced Michigan coach Bo Schembechler into going for 4-point lead at 13-9 in fourth quarter. Fans booed choice of kicker Dana Coyne's full field goal on fourth and goal at 3-yard line with 3:49 to go. But Schembechler rationalized that kid Hurley could have won the game for them. Next, Notre Dame beat Northwestern 35-14. Notre Dame was ranked number 6 in the country. Powerful blocking by Notre Dame line led by left guard Larry DiNardo translated to 330 yards rushing. Notre Dame went 75 yards after the opening kickoff to first of halfback Denny Allen's three touchdowns by Denny Allen's, then took trips to 75, 71, 70 yards, which included both touchdown, run, and pass by quarterback Joe Theismann. Trailing 14-0 late in the first quarter, Northwestern linebacker John Voorhees recovered fumble at Irish 23-yard line until back Mike Adamle scooted for 13 yards touchdown at the start of the second quarter. Northwestern quarterback Murray Degano faked to Adamle on 4th and 1 and circled in for a touchdown. Wildcats thrilled home crowd by tying it 14-14 moments later when wide receiver Barry Pearson found picket fence of blockers and roared 71 yards on punt return for a touchdown. Long coverage on fullback Bill Bartz late in the second quarter allowed him loose for Theismann's go-ahead 17-yard touchdown pass. Wide receiver Tom Gatewood, sick with the flu, still caught 7 passes for 111 yards for Notre Dame. Texas, the number 2 team in the country, defeated California by a score of 56-15. Any doubts about new look Longhorns' capability to defend national title were dispelled as squadron of young Texas lowered to trounce Golden Bears. Longhorns quarterback Eddie Phillips replaced the departed James Street with a plum, rushing for 129 yards on 9 carries, 2 touchdowns, and Notting scores on 4 first 5 steer possessions. And early going, Phillips cut 10-yard upfield on option run to the California 5-yard line and surprised everyone with late pitch out to fullback Steve Worcester, who tried it into end zone to score one of his 3 first quarter touchdowns that provided a 21-0 lead. Now, I tried that once in practice, but fumbled it. I guess I just had more confidence today. Charlie 49-0. Bears finally scored in fourth quarter on a 33-yard pass by Steve Curtis to wide receiver Isaac Curtis. Next, Arkansas, number 11 team in the country, beat Oklahoma State 23-7. SMU's Doak Walker's 21-year-old Southwest Conference record for rushing touchdowns mark fell to Arkansas tailback Bill Barnett, who scored his record 39th and 40th to break open game in the second half. But it wasn't easy for number 11 Razorbacks because Oklahoma State went 80 yards after the second half kickoff to gain 7-7 tie and had back Bobby Cole's 6-yard scoring run. The Cowboys offered balanced attack with quarterback Tony Pounds, enhancing Oklahoma State's 190 yards rushing game. Led by fullback Jesse Williams, but Oklahoma State killed one of their threats. Penalties were stopped twice deep in the Hogs' end. The Porkers went ahead 9-7 in third quarter when Cowboys center Tommy Knowles snapped ball over punter Jim Benians head for safety. And Barnett later added his 1 and 11-yard touchdown runs. Next, Southern California, the number 3 team in the country, beat Nebraska. Number 3 Southern California tied with number 9 Nebraska, 21-21. Cornhuskers kept scoring touchdowns, but USC answered right back each time. Nebraska quarterback Jerry Tagg definitely led offense despite spending most of week hospitalized with broken vein and leg. Sophomore wingback Johnny Rogers launched first Huskers scoring foray with 30-yard punt return. Scored in the second quarter on a 15-yard pass from Tagg. Nebraska tailback Joe Ordona cut left, zoomed 86 yards for 21-14 lead in the third quarter. Kicker Paul Rogers could have put away game midway in the fourth quarter with 22-yard field goal, but snap was bobbled and Rogers' try was wide. Trojans followed with 80-yard drive which included sub-wide receiver Paul Morgan's 14-yard diving catch at Huskers' 16-yard line among 3 defenders. Coach John McKay took post-game heat after opting for tie with conversion kick after tailback Clarence Davis's 9-yard touchdown run with 6:44 remaining, saying we would have gone for 2 points if there were 5 minutes or less. Oregon State defeated Iowa in Portland 21-14. And last but not least, Washington defeated University of Michigan State 42-16. Sophomore quarterback Sonny Sixkiller, grandson of chief of Native American Cherokee tribe, made his debut by beating 20-year-old Washington total offensive record with 313 yards. Sixkiller hit sophomore wide receiver Ira Hammond with 59-yard touchdown pass on game's fourth play, indicating that Huskies had a whole new offensive approach with wide open passing attack as coach Jim Owens changed his ways. Washington fullback Bo Cornell caught second quarter touchdown pass from Sixkiller, and Hammond gave Huskies 21-7 in third quarter with 37-yard touchdown reception. Michigan State managed only 1 offensive touchdown against undersized but quick Huskies, and it didn't come until Spartans trailed 35-9 in the fourth quarter. Tailback Henry Matthews ran 8 yards to score. Michigan State tied the game in the first quarter when Sixkiller suffered sophomore mistake. And Spartan safety Brad McLeod returned interception in the yards for touchdown and 7-7 deadlock. So that concludes a look at games that were played during week number 2 for September 19th, 1970. For college football history review, the week that was 1970 college football season, the games that were played on September 19th, 1970, week 2. Let's look at the AP poll of September 21st. We had number 1 Ohio State, number 2 Texas, number 3 Stanford, 4 Penn State, 5 Mississippi, 6 Notre Dame, 7 Southern California, 8 Nebraska, 9 Missouri, 10 Michigan, 11 Houston, 12 Arkansas, 13 Florida, 14 Oklahoma, 15 UCLA, 16 West Virginia, 17 Tennessee, 18 Colorado, Georgia Tech, 19, and Air Force, number 20. So that concludes a look at the week that was college football history review, the 1970 college football season, week 2 for September 19th, 1970. Please like and subscribe and comment on the channel. I do reveal this magnitude tomorrow. Until then, talk to you soon.